It's June 3rd, 2010. I'm just out here sitting in my car. It's my lunch break. And one of the things I was on my mind was getting back to that subject of reincarnation. And again, I can't emphasize enough that I don't really believe that your soul can survive from being brain dying, your brain dead, and then a fetus in the womb of another in another time after that, after you're dead. Because just logically, your brain is you. Actually, the activity of the brain in the body is you. So to say that you can somehow maintain the integrity of that activity of the brain through dissipation and disintegration of the cellular structure is a logical fallacy. And until otherwise, I think that you can develop a lot of I think the potential for imagination and lucid dreaming and false memories is too much of a has too much of a significant impact on our thoughts. So that leads to the belief that somehow we were before, or we have false memories of being before. My own, from gathering the information on cosmology and physics and biology, I mean, if you look at it from the standpoint of from the odds, okay, let's say, I was talking about a daisy before. If there's so many generations of a daisy, and then there's one daisy that's exactly like the daisy that was 1,000 generations before that daisy, the same pattern of the DNA is there, then that would be a reincarnation of that daisy. That's a simplified version of what I believe a reincarnation could be, without any memories, without any of the identity being the same. But no, the identity is the same because of the pattern of cells that led to the development of the organism is the same organism. So it's the same identity. Now if you just take that to the further, if you take that and extrapolate that further into more advanced organisms, then, and also the implications of the size and scale of the cosmos, being that the size and scale of the cosmos may actually provide enough iterations in enough time for the rearrangement of the same cells and the same molecules and the same configuration of those atoms to make that organism happen again, given enough time. And enough, if there is more than one universe, which I think there is from the evidence that seems to be gathering in the modern scientific fields, is that could be more probable that that we are, or that I am another iteration of someone that already was. And that's kind of, that's really where I'm trying to go with, as far as the clarification of the idea of reincarnation. So it's like, it really doesn't make any difference, because well, you can't change anything. It's sort of like, you're thinking about something that you absolutely have no control over at all. Possibly. And then there's a possibility that at the very fine level of reality, it can be determined that there is some digital, that it is quantifiably deterministic at the root level, at the very smallest of scale, and that we only say, oh, it's chaotic or it's random or it's unpredictable because we really don't understand how the whole ties together yet. We're too primitive to understand that everything could be digital or deterministic. Now, whether or not that proves that there's an intelligence, you see, these are just human defined concepts like intelligence, purpose, meaning. These are things that we create an object and we say that has a purpose because it fulfills some kind of function. It has an end, it has a goal, and that goal is to do something or achieve something. Whereas you go out and you look at the natural world, you look at whatever in nature, and our brains are so saturated with man-made things around us all the time that we want to project onto nature purposes where there is no purposes. Now, if somehow we discover, or it has been, or it will be discovered that there's like a like in some mathematical formula or some ratio in nature has a code or a hidden like a signature in it that is an evidence of an intelligence, and then that will prove there's an intelligence. But as far as what we've seen in nature so far, we want to project our own thoughts. We project our own wishes and emotions and thoughts onto nature. We want nature to be a certain way. We hope for universal brotherhood, and we hope for that ultimately there is justice, a cosmic justice. And that's one of my other videos before. I was talking about after you die, is there a judgment day? Is there like a final, someone you're going to stand before, a person or someone intelligent, and they're going to decide whether you're going to go to one place or another place. And that's pretty much where I'm kind of getting at. Thanks for listening, and just feel free to comment if you think that, you know, it's a stupid idea, or the idea is somehow fallacious, then feel free to comment, you know, leave a comment. Thank you.